Give him the sauce real quick.
Told on that we at the kickback. Talk about this at the kickback. Talk about that at the kickback. Talk about rap at the kickback. Talk R&B at the kickback. You might find me at the kickback. Talk about sports at the kickback. Long stories are short at the kickback. Got guests of all sorts at the kickback.
Top 5 dead or alive. Top 5 dead or alive. And that's off one LP. That's my Jada Kiss. But yeah, welcome back to the official Kickback Podcast. Yes, the Kickback Podcast. I'm back with you, Peter, the host, and my fellow co-host, Chris. How you been? How you living?
Cool. Tired on this Friday night, but I'm cool.
Yeah, work has been kicking my ass, man.
Between school and work, I'm tired. I'm back to super tired, Chris. I think I said that last week, but even more so this week.
Yeah, super tired. Yeah, I think it's been my job. They've been pushing me. I mean, I'm learning a little bit more, but this is a lot. With what's going on right now, it's gonna be like that for the next few months, and then But now I'm trying to go to the gym more, eat more, a little healthier. After going to the doctor, recommended me I eat more healthier. So that, and then some workouts. Shoot, I even got this mat every morning. I told myself.
You got a yoga mat?
Yeah, I've had this mat since I was in Springfield. I got this mat because even back then I was working out on my loft. Loft area, I work out, but I told myself every morning, Peter, when you get up, let's do some ab workouts and do some, little, but it's hard to dedicate.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but the whole thing with working out is routine. If you get into a routine, it gets hard to break. That's why I like when people go to the gym every day, and you be like, "Hey, go to the gym every day." You're like, you just wake up and you just go. Just like it just becomes part of your day to the point where it's like it becomes like addictive. And I don't know if it's like a dopamine or whatever type of response it is, but like it feels good to go to the gym and be like, I'm a little sore, a little sweaty, but hey, I feel like I did something today. It's like an accomplishment you do.
Yeah, 8 months ago when I had that little gym in my loft, I would work out around that time. Like last year around this time, I would be doing those workouts, and I would not be tired. Like it got to a point where like I would do the workouts and I wouldn't be sore. And it was a routine, like you said. I wouldn't even be sore. I'd be like, damn, I'm not sore anymore. Like, now I'm sore as hell. But like I agree with you, Chris. It's a routine. I'm gonna get into it because my gym is literally downstairs. So it's not like I have to drive or anything. And then my mat's right next to my damn bed. It's just waking up is hard, but I've done I've been able to do it a couple of times this week, so it's not. And I went to the gym twice, so
yeah. See that, and that's how it starts. Like everybody be like, you just gotta go in there like full speed 7 days a week, and that's how people quit because you'll burn your stuff out. Like you're brand new to the gym, you're trying to get used to it, and then you're going 5 to 7 days a week. Like that's like sure, that's gonna be beneficial to you in the short term, but then after you burn out and you realize how tired you are and you don't like going every day, you're just gonna stop going, and then next thing you know, like you going from like 5 days a week to 2 days a week to 1 day a week to 1 day a month to like you're not even going anymore.
I see people that they want to go to the gym. They feel like they have to do that. And like the thing they'll do is they'll go to the gym. And me, I do my workouts very like spread out. I don't do like some people go there do like 4 or 5 sets of 20s and shit. I'll go there literally. I'll get the what's it called? The dumbbells. I'll take 15s. I'll do some bicep curls. I'm not gonna force myself to pick up a 30 and then do this.
No, and not to mention like when when you doing like something like a simple curl or something like that, bro, and you can't curl it, but you picked it up to curl it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't realize how embarrassing that is until you see the other people looking at you, and they think you're doing some type of other workout, and you're not.
And
And
then
it's
like,
just, and then you're gonna strain yourself, give yourself a hernia, try and lift it up like, and
and like,
you know you're in a terrible rut.
and then like you hurt you actually damage your your muscles by doing that.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Get yourself a hernia.
Yeah. So me, when like I took some 20s and I was like, man, my left arm, I can't really. My left arm, because my left arm's my weaker arm. I was like, I'm struggling. I grabbed some 10s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if Peter can only lift 10s. Oh my God, Peter, you're weakly. I ain't doing that with you niggas.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, like, gym intimidation is real, but at the same time, like, you can't let, at least in my head, I've always looked at it like this way, like, you can be the strongest one out there and still not be like the best one doing whatever that exercise is. Like, you can lift the heaviest weights out there and you can have terrible form. I'd rather do like 10 sets of 10 than like one set of 100. So you see what I'm saying, right?
Exactly.
I can't mess that up, but I felt like you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, but it's like what you're basically saying is pace yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, so now you like if I try to prove to brothers or whoever that I can lift a 50 and I end up damaging my hand, well, guess what? I can't go to the gym for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna slow you down even more and make you weaker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just something that I've seen in the gym like that. People just wanna I'll go to the gym just so I could be healthier. That's it. I don't go to the gym
and like all good things, it's better as a slow burn.
Yeah. So and it makes you confident. It gives you confidence.
It does. That's another thing.
It gives you confidence. So but yeah, that's what I've been trying to get into my routine and get myself back into. But yeah, that's all for me, Chris. Anything else you want to add? Any exciting news? Nothing?
Nope, no excitement in my life. Just tired.
Tired of it. Well, for you, Chris. But this guy wasn't tired. Patrick Mahomes, he was not tired. This man was running with a bum ankle and was doing work. So
he didn't run like he was like after they passed him. He didn't seem like he was hurt.
Yeah,
made me question that honestly a little bit.
See, he proved to me, and don't listen. I know I didn't get really heat for this, but he proved to me. Listen, 24-14, you're down the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He proved to me that he is a superhero. He's off-white man. Look at what that man did.
I'm hip. But that last call for the Eagles, bro, that
we'll get into that.
They was wrong for that.
We're gonna get into that. But before we get into that, but I would say what were your thoughts on Patrick Mahomes and what you thought on the game in general?
In general, mm-hmm. Truthfully, I wasn't like Patrick Mahomes did this thing. He played a decent game, but I wasn't actually overly impressed with his performance. What was the standout performance to me was Jalen Hurts, because when you look at like all the scoring possessions for Kansas City, one was defense, one was brought to the end zone by special teams. Mm-hmm. Almost, he was like they were like on the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
I think one or two was rushing touchdowns by the running back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I think it was Pat, but he threw it to him. I think was it thrown or was it a rushing TD?
I thought it was a toss. I could be mistaken though.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it was a full team effort on the Chiefs' part. I'll give you that.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Like it was full team effort. Like that full team will always be like an individual player, especially in a sport like football. But the standout performance to me, just as the individual player, was Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, and I agree with you. I think Jalen Hurts really played really well. I think
he broke like a record or something too.
Yeah, I think it was. I forgot the name of the record. I think it was a scrimmage.
It might have been rushing touchdowns and something else.
Rushing touchdowns to passing TDs.
Because he had like 3 rushing touchdowns and then
I think it was for rushing touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
And then some other something else. Maybe it was his yardage he passed for.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris, because Jalen Hurts coming into the league, he wasn't nobody was jacking for him. Even last year, some may not even debate him as a top 10 quarterback. So for him to make this ascension is really big. And I agree with you, Chris. Yeah, he did his thing. I think I liked the game. I thought it was a great game. My issue with it, and we'll talk about the one of the calls, the other calls. I did not like the catching calls that they were making.
Yeah.
And how they were overemphasizing on 2 of the catches from the Eagles. I think one of the catches they sent it. I forgot who caught it, and they turned it back. And
They
then one of them,
overturned it.
they overturned it, and then one of them is like they had to fucking review it, and I'm getting to the point where like, well, what is a fucking catch, yo?
Yeah, especially like that catch, that questionable. I think it was Travis Kelce caught. Looked like it was on the ground, but then they're just like, "Oh, he caught that. He caught." I don't even think they challenged it.
Yeah, but apart from that, I thought it was a great game. I thought it was going to be a phenomenal game. Until it was a phenomenal game because of the comeback and everything, and it was finna have a nice ending. But we can get into it now. That call, man. What are your thoughts first? Because I want to hear from a guy that plays football. Huh? It was a trash call.
Trash call. It should have been a no call. It should have been a no call. He wasn't holding him. Hand was on the back. That's common. Because in football, like they were like, no holding or no this, that, or the other. Like, but hands are gonna be put on people. Like it's a contact. It's full contact sport. If you're not touching the body, you're not playing.
Explain holding. Is it when you hold the jersey?
Like it's literally holding. It's literally holding. Like
holding so they don't move.
Like for a DB, you what?
Is it holding? So like
you're holding them, so you're obstructing the play basically. But like it's like you're not by the pad. You have to be on pads in front to do that.
Me, I'm gonna give you my. I thought it was a trash call too, just from the perspective of they were doing that the whole game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's a common thing for DBs. Hand on the hip, hand on the back. That's just feeling where they are while you're running, looking for the ball. That is not illegal. He's not pushing them. He's not obstructing the play. He's touching him. He's not obstructing the play.
I mean, because when I look at holding calls, and the problem I have with this holding call, right, is like he didn't hold him that long. It was like and then he let go.
But that's the thing. It didn't even look like it was a hold.
So that's the thing that pisses me. Like if he had held him and like you could feel the resistance.
No, you can see when somebody's being held.
Yeah, but
like from Mahomes' perspective, from back there, like we have like the zoom in, so we can see that it's not a hold. But Mahomes, he couldn't see that. So him acting like that, like that's a hold, that makes sense. But for us, we can see that it's not a hold. We can see it's not.
We can see it's not. But my thing with him, right, it's like whenever I think of holding, I think of like a resistance with the player.
Right.
That's what I think. Like a resistance is like you're holding him and you're resisting him. This was a hold that felt like, okay, where is he going? Type of hold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't like I'm resisting him from the play. It was like I'm trying to feel where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
And then he let go, and then by that time, Mahomes overthrew the ball. So even if he had not held him, he wouldn't have caught it.
No, it wasn't a catchable. It wasn't a catchable ball.
So that's my issue with the refs. It's like you make that dumb call, and like you ruin an opportunity because Jalen was like, and I feel for the whole city of Philly, even though I don't feel for. No, I don't feel for the. No, let me take that back. I don't feel sorry for the state of Philly. Gilly the Kid, Michael Blacks, all y'all Philly fans. Nah, because I'm a Washington Commanders fan, and if y'all won that Super Bowl, y'all would have 2, would have 3, and y'all would start talking that y'all more relevant than us and all that nonsense. So even to Rodrigo's brother Luis, yeah, y'all were great. I'll give it to y'all, but shit, I'm not rooting for y'all to win no damn Super Bowl.
No.
But it was a good game. I respect Jalen Hurts. I respect the hell out of him.
Yeah, no, I just honestly, the biggest thing to me is just kind of like it could have been like some type of crazy play that could have came next, right? Like that could have came from either side. For whatever happens, or maybe it goes into overtime. We don't know now.
Yeah, you see that
It was tied up, and then next thing you know, it's just like, hey, holding, let's go home. Is basically what it felt like to me.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I just feel like the NFL and people, and this is going to sound a little controversial, but today, I don't know if they do this for every Super Bowl winner, but today, I kept seeing the Disney commercial for the Super Bowl winners, and they keep asking, so Patrick Mahomes, where are you going after the Super Bowl? I'm going to Disneyland. And I hear that like 5 or 6 times. Now I understand Philly fans when they say, yeah, y'all did this to help the poster boy win. Cause I'm getting tired of hearing the Hermit the Frog sounding guy say,
you mean Kermit the Frog?
Kermit, yeah, sorry. Well, I said Hermit the Frog.
You said
Hermit the Frog. Stupid. I'm tired of hearing that commercial, bro. I'm going to the I'm going to Disneyland. Like, I'm tired of hearing that shit. So I get it, but he's a perfect guy. Not because of him being light skinned or whatever. I don't want people to take it like that. He's, to me, the perfect guy to be the face of the league.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be the brand of like he looks like he'd be the face of a brand or something.
He's very safe. And I'm not trying to put skin color on this. Steph Curry, safe. LeBron James, safe. Good guys that look like they could.
Yeah, because it was Russell Wilson for a while there.
Okay. What, man? It was, yeah. So this season, Russell. Sorry.
I mean, he's not, he's not that guy no more. But for a while there, he was, like considered a pretty like high quality QB. He was in, the conversations and whatnot.
The reason why I'm laughing is because of how people talk about So whenever I hear Russell Wilson and people say he's because people make Russell Wilson out to be this like corporate, like a suck up, like a corporate suck up guy. Like I'm not even trying to, even his own teammates, Richard Sherman and all of them, they don't like him.
Richard Sherman didn't like him though, did he?
Yeah, a lot of people on Seattle did not like him.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that alleged thing. I wasn't there, but like whenever I hear, and even when you see Russell Wilson in commercials, bro, it's even worse than Mahomes, yo. He is like,
oh wait, did you ever see that sandwich commercial?
Yeah,
he kept doing the dub over for it.
Yeah, like I was like, yo, this guy is squeaky clean.
No. Like it was the double before it made him seem like a serial killer. Like it'd be like people were like, I forget what type of sandwich commercial it was.
Was it Subway?
I don't remember. Like it probably was Subway, but like just his dialogue in that commercial, then like the everyone was like little like he's cut in there. He's talking about like the sandwich or whatever, and then like somebody else is like tied up or whatever, and it just kind of just like works with like serial killer vibes. It's like, oh,
I think I know what you said, but you see that.
Mm-hmm.
If you put LeBron James in that commercial, you're gonna see a little bit of he's gonna like give you an act or something that's not squeaky. It's gonna be something that's like it fits him. I'm sorry, like in that. Okay, bro. If somebody's doing that, you don't talk like that. Still, you have to like give a different vibe. Like Steph is gonna act. If Steph was in that commercial, he's gonna like act. He's gonna show a different emotion. Russell Wilson's still gonna have the. That's why it feels like a. That's why I'm laughing. But man, I could get into another Russell Wilson story. But hey, man, he's a black man. Listen, there were some people that were making like being disrespectful. He's another black man. Being black is not a monolith, so he ain't no. Well, he's not a square. Listen, even if he is a square, he's a black man. Man, we need to stop. Putting labels on each other and just let people be who they are.
Exactly.
I mean, stop hating on people just because.
Black History Month.
Yeah, stop it. Stick together. Even though I've been saying the off-white thing and make black skin jokes, stick together still. Contradicting myself. But stick together, man. We're better together than we are apart. Speaking of sticking together, and being Rihanna in the Super Bowl. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Well, yes, I did. But I was about to say, I really liked. I saw where like some people weren't really for that Super Bowl halftime show, but I liked it. Like it, at least to me, because maybe it's because of my personality. I don't really need nothing too flashy, nothing too crazy to be entertained. But and she was clearly pregnant. People were saying I saw somewhere where they were like, if she's pregnant, she shouldn't have performed. But it's just like, they planned this probably out like a year in advance. I'm sure she probably didn't know she was going to be pregnant at the time when this was first being established, right?
I think the thing with Rihanna, and it goes to her music is more vibe. It's a vibe.
It is.
So it's not like an Usher or a Chris Brown or like a Bruno Mars or a Beyonce where you're gonna see them dance and see something elegant and see something. You have to vibe to it. And like last year with the hip hop stuff, hip hop, you don't like when you have like a hit hip hop song, you don't have to do much. You don't have to do much. Dr. Dre was just standing there. We are just gonna sing along with you. That's the power. And Rihanna is the same way with her music. She don't have to do much. Yeah, but
there was also like 5 people last year.
Yeah, okay, yeah, 5 different artists, 5 different. Well, Kendrick. Let me take that back. Kendrick Lamar. His shit was a performance. That shit was like that's. I see them live. He do that. She performs. So, but Rihanna, I honestly, I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I thought it was okay.
It looked like you could tell she was pregnant, but like in all the choreography was like predicated to like her being able to move while pregnant. And I know like people be like, well, you see like pregnant women do all this crazy dancing, this, that, and the other, but like not everybody can do that. I'm not saying Rihanna can't, but they probably want to do like some choreography that like they know she could do. Like there's going to be no issues. Her belly was probably been supported by something through all of that too, I'm sure. And so I'm sure everything that they did was to make sure she was comfortable during that performance. And I thought it was a good performance.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good for considering the fact she was pregnant.
Not to mention it's not like she like does a lot of performances anymore either.
Yeah, she hasn't done a lot of performances in 7 years. My thing with her when she was performing and knowing that she's pregnant, that the high platform she was on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Because
honestly that made me nervous when I saw that. That made me nervous.
Yeah, I always get nervous when artists do that, get on high platforms and up and down. But
especially she had the baby too.
Yeah, and she looked fearless, so
she did. I mean, like they probably been practicing it. Like again, like I said, like they a year, probably a year in advance.
Yeah, so I mean, I like the performance. I like the song choices. Like it got to a point like, was Jay-Z gonna come out? Because she did two like songs that she did
well, maybe not a year, but a long time.
She did Run This Town. She did a Kanye record. All of the Lights. She did
Umbrella.
She did Umbrella. That's the one I thought Jay-Z was gonna come out, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
She did a lot of good songs. I mean, she did good. When she started with Bitch Better Have My Money, I'm like, yo, Rihanna, you my nigga. I love that song.
That was the right song to come out to. That was a good start. That was.
I think that's my favorite Rihanna song. That's my favorite one. Bitch better have my oh my god. When that shit came out,
Pay me what you owe me.
Bitch better have. And that's my favorite Rihanna song. She did her thing. She's pregnant. Shout out to ASAP Rocky, part of the DSS, black man. He got Rihanna pregnant again. I don't blame him, man. If I had a woman like Rihanna, I don't blame him, man. My brother called me hating. He was like, damn, man, ASAP Rocky got her pregnant again. Why? I'm just like, I feel you, bro. But he's a brother, you know what I mean? So I have to root for him. Congrats to those two for having baby number 2. Congrats to them. But we should have hit this. Well, let's hit this one sports, and then we can get into the. We'll get into it. Yeah, let me hit this one. And then we can hit to the next one. What do you think of Katie to the Suns? Because Katie's traded to the Suns. What do you think?
I thought it was unexpected. To be honest, I had no idea that was coming. When I saw that, maybe I don't pay. Well, I don't really, I guess, pay attention that much to like the NBA politics or all the movements and happening. So like when trades be happening, I don't be seeing it happening. Like, oh, that's crazy. How that happened? Or the movements for any of this stuff.
Yeah. So when it happened, I think this was last week, so we didn't record. I was lying down on my bed, and it was like 12. It happened like at night. It happened like when it first was announced. It happened like at 12. So I see Kevin Durant traded to the Nets, and I was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Well, what did the Nets get back?" And they didn't trade back. They didn't trade Chris Paul to the Nets. They didn't trade Devin Booker or DeAndre Jordan. The only guy that was like a high quality player that they let go was Mikal Bridges. And I was like, wow. But I think it's a good move. It's entertaining. Like I said, if it's not my team, I just want to be entertained. So we'll see how it looks. We'll discuss more basketball in the coming weeks because the All-Star game's this Sunday. Yeah, it's this Sunday. And then
is this next week? Says date.
Yeah, because it's this weekend.
True. Oh, today is the 17th. Oh, we just talked about that, duh.
Yeah, but yeah, I hope he does well because I saw his press conference about the Nets. And man, I respect him from the standpoint, even though I don't like some of the moves, like the most of the Warriors and shit. He's just dedicated to the work and to playing basketball and putting in the work. And he looked very disappointed that it didn't work out in Brooklyn. He looked like he was hurt.
Yeah, because he was all for it. He was gung ho about it.
Yeah. So Kyrie, I blame Kyrie, and I blame the management, and Kyrie.
Yeah.
I don't know Kyrie and Katie's relationship, but as a friend, if you tell me to come somewhere and I agree to go to this place because I was trying to go to another place in New York and we go here, and then you mess it up, I'm not even gonna, we won't have to go into the COVID thing, but you kind of mess it up twice with some decisions. It's like, yo, but it is what it is. Kyrie's in Dallas, he's in Phoenix, and let me just tell you this. And this is going to be a very interesting offseason. Kyrie's deal is going to end with Dallas at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
He can very much well go and sign to the Suns.
He could.
So this ain't over. This is not over. But shout out to Kate.
I would only give Kyrie 30-day contracts and just keep renewing them.
And my problem with him, see how you're thinking? My problem with him, look at how you said that. What about a fucking NBA team?
Mm-hmm.
What about an NBA fucking team? Like, saying like you said that shit. So just picture what the NBA. I just don't get Kyrie. Yo. And I like Kyrie Irving a lot. I like him a lot, but it's just. I wish him well though. I wish him well, but.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to them, man. I wish KD much success with the Suns. I wish Kyrie much success with Dallas or wherever he goes, because he changes with the wind. One day he likes a hamburger, the next day it's a vegan meal. After the vegan meal, you go to a steak. Then the steak will be too fat for him. He'll be like, "Hey, let me go for cauliflower rice." It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just all over the place with Kyrie, but. I wish the brother well. Black History Month. Well, speaking of this next topic, this lady wasn't wishing people well, and I want to know your take on this, Chris. But a pastor, and I forgot the lady's name. I should have documented the lady's name. She got on people for going to the Beyonce concert and said it's demonic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while you give your perspective, I'm gonna look her name up.
Sure. Yeah. I saw a part of that. And the moment I took in, I felt like I took in enough. I immediately clicked away because, at least in church, it's kind of like a long debated debut type thing. Like, like you listen to any secular music, really. And the fact that she was just singling out Beyonce kind of just like showed where her mind was at. But you listen to secular music, that's any music that's not of the church. Not about God or what have you, but could be classified as worldly or unholy music, and so that'd be like kind of like I get in a sense like against God, but like at the same time it's just like while it's secular, what is the guideline for? I guess secular music and what's not, like what can we listen to, what can't we, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Other than like holy music, some people tell you all you can listen to is gospel, and other people tell you listen to what you want to, but you got like in moderation, which is fine. It's always been a big debate, but hers seemed personal.
Her name is Tiffany Montgomery. It was like one past Tiffany Montgomery is not for. Okay, yeah, that's her name, Tiffany Montgomery. My bad, but yeah, I heard. Chris. I being a former Christian myself. Oh, you're not Christian. Oh shoot. But being in the religious space because I've been a Christian. I don't identify myself as a Christian or in any religion anymore, but that's just a personal choice. I've been there where it was like always a debate of to listen to secular music or not, and people saying, remember there was a time 10 years ago where people were like the Illuminati and Freemasons and people that make that music, they're part of the world society, that are devil worshippers, whatever. Me, the secular and non-secular thing is getting to the point with me is just like, yo, this secular music that they're making is about life and people's experiences and people's expression of experiences. Is there something that's negative? Yes. Like, I've listened to hip hop. I know hip hop promotes what's the word? Misogyny. It promotes drug use. It promotes violence and drugs, all that. I'm aware. But it's also an expression of the reality of people's lives. So at times, I don't like to be the judge of things. All I know is when I hear something or I hear people say something, I take it for what it is and I move on with my life.
Right. And that's also part of the debate. Because if you can't listen to secular music, like what's the cutoff? Because I mean, like you can listen to a song like "The Wheels on Bus Go Round and Round," and by definition, that would be secular music, right?
Yes.
So we really don't have a have it got and that's a harmless song, like the wheels on bus go round and round. It's children's song.
Let me give you
Oh,
let me give you one that I heard on another podcast that they talked about. Tupac's Dear Mama. That's a
right,
second song. But it's a love song to his mother.
right,
You turn that off?
right. Exactly. So it's just like it. Truthfully, I believe it depends on the individual. I think it depends on their relationship with God and how they feel like they could best, serve him. But this lady, truthfully, just from the feel like 45, 50 seconds I heard of the clip, it's just like that felt personal about her dislike for Beyonce. And
Like,
what was she what I don't remember all that she was saying, but I was just like, wow, this lady's just going down on her congregation talking about some Beyonce, man. Maybe her daughter went to Beyonce and didn't tell her. She telling her daughter she gonna go to hell or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I'm no judge of people, and I get it. Christianity, you always want the best for people in Christianity. But my problem with Christianity sometimes, and it's not even just Christian religion, is like people always want to use people as scapegoats. And they want to use something as scapegoats. Like they always want to use something. It's almost like projecting.
What that's not it's not Christianity or religion really. It's the people in it, right? Because it's like and it's like anything like people like it's the same people who try to make the Bible be like slavery is biblically correct. That's why we should have slaves, and that's not true. That's not true. Or what? And they just people try to manipulate their own narrative into religion and try to make that work. And that's not even the purpose for religion, because they're trying to misinterpret it to make it fit their needs.
I like what you said there. And that is the sole problem. What you just said there, manipulation to fit soul needs, that is what I was getting to. That right there. That is the issue with why a lot of people have stepped away. Because what you said right there, right? When you do that, it becomes culture for your religion. Mm-hmm. When it becomes culture for your religion, it stays with the religion. So people will say, that is the religion. It isn't the person. And that's why people stay out. Because they will attribute certain things that have happened. And the thing that I have an issue with, and it's getting a little bit out of what we're talking about Beyonce, is like, not too many people check people when they're doing these things. That's why you have the Catholic Church, the child molestation thing. Or you have other people do other things in religion they don't check them. They will protect those people in the name of religion, and this thing will go on. And when something like child molestation with the Catholic Church has been going on for years, that becomes a culture in the religion, sadly. And then it's attributed to the religion. So then people will be like, they're going to relate that shit to the religion. They're not going to know how to separate.
Right. No, and I get you there, because like Catholicism is, a beautiful religion, but it's like they took the sanctity of worship, having these people who dedicate themselves to God and touching children, doing terrible things to children, and it was all over the U.S. I'm sure it's all over the world. And it was like it's a joke, even in cartoon. Like it's just like it's like one of those open jokes that everybody knew about. Kind of like when we were little and we were talking about like R. Kelly. Yep. R. Kelly like pees on girls, or
that is a great example.
Like young girls or whatever. Like even on you ever watch American Dad?
Yeah.
One joke that just always stays with me and my brother is that it's not funny, but it's funny. You know what I'm saying, right? Like
We could blurt it out if it's too. We could edit it out.
well, when I listen back, I'll see. But it's like, oh my god, I can't even say it, bro, because it's a flip script, but like it's you like as a kid, I clearly got like the context of what they were. Right, maybe I wasn't a kid when I seen it.
You can say,
but I clear it's clear as day to understand the context of what was happening because they even were describing it right. Like
if you don't
like Stan is Catholic, I think, or he was going to, or he was going to like some type of Catholic church or some type of Catholic program. And like it at first he described it like the father was going after him, but then he was like like when you actually listen to the story, like he flipped script on the father, right? So he's actually going after the father, and the father is trying to get away from him. But it was just like but like you were able to clearly understand what's happening because again it's like and everybody's able to understand the reference because it's so open and out there. It's not a secret.
Yeah, and not to because we have to get back on track with Beyonce. But my last thing on this is like, I've had conversations with people, and like the common denominator anytime I bring up some of the stuff, the first thing people will say, but all people commit crimes and do all this. But all people this. You just can't judge us like this. All people commit sin. And I'm just like, it ain't about all people. It's about the ones that are saying they are the ones of God. Mm-hmm. It's the ones that are promoting it and saying they're this and giving you an image. Check them. Because it seems like it's a protection thing for you guys. When we call them out, you want to say everybody does this shit. While random Joe can molest a kid. I'm like, it ain't about the random Joe, bro. It's about you. It's about them. Check them. But again, protect in the name of religion, protect. So, everybody does it. So
yeah, like, no, and it's just like my my conversation that I had with you with police, right? Like they're kill like when you go out your way to deliberately kill somebody, you should have no way out of that like any other normal person, right? You commit an execution in public, right? There's no way for you to get out of that, as far as I'm concerned. No, okay, like, and there's no reason for it. This isn't a shootout. Your life is not in danger. All you know is that you're trigger happy, or you're just being the living taste out of somebody, and you just having a thrill for that for some reason, which means you're a psychopath. Makes it even worse than shooting them, really. So I think anybody who is, I should say, I don't believe in special privilege for breaking laws in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and just to get back on the Beyonce thing, just to end because we went on a whole. But I just think listen, I've heard people say that like they've been to a Beyonce show and God send them a voice that they shouldn't be here or they've had revelations. Listen, that's that own person's experience. I can't talk or speak on anyone's experience. This lady shouldn't judge Beyonce in a way because I feel like it's judging people, common people they're going there to get. Listen, people go to these shows to have fun, to get away. They got kids, they got all these things. They got a job that they got to go to. They go to these things to have fun, get away, and be entertained. People look at these entertainers like they're something, like they're God themselves, like they're the devil themselves, and projecting a lot of maybe what they got going on that's fucked up with them. I don't know what it is with this pastor. I don't know. Maybe she is, listen, I don't know. Maybe God has, I don't know. But all I know is you cannot judge and go at people. Because, listen, man, we all got to get out there and get out and listen and have fun and live life. A lot of these people that are going there are women your age and older that are just trying to get out. Like, they're just trying to have fun. Beyonce's fun. So just like, I don't know what's going on with her, but maybe something happened to her. I don't know. Beyonce looked at her the wrong way one day. I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
man,
no, 'cause I mean, don't get like I get the argument, but I think she when you know like there is a limitation to any type of argument, right? To where the point where it's an argument, to where you're lecturing someone, to where you're just ranting at someone, right?
Yeah.
And there, it didn't seem like it was a argument or a lecture. It just seemed like she was just ranting to them. Okay, and so it didn't really feel like she was so much had a point to make as much as just like she felt like she was trying to take away something from other people.
Yeah, it's very much projecting and judging.
Yes.
Something she's projecting how she feels about somebody onto everybody else. That's it. But hey, maybe it is. Listen, I'm not in a Christian. I can't. Maybe that's her thing. Maybe God did something. But to me, just as a human, I know when somebody's judging and projecting. That's what that sounds like. I mean, thou shalt not judge. I still go by that. I'm not even a Christian, but I still live by that principle. I don't judge nobody unless you're doing a crime that's harming somebody. And going to a Beyonce show and listening to her music. Last time I checked, there ain't no crime. But hey. Oh, but speaking of music, Billboard put their top 50 rappers. It was an interesting list. They based it off, I think, success mostly, albums. Well, I don't know if they attributed bars to this, because if they did, the list wouldn't be what it was. And hits, I think that was because it's Billboard. And Billboard, I think, would lean on hits, albums, and success, and then rapping ability to a certain extent. And let me because we're gonna give our top 10. But did you ever get a chance to look at the 50? Because I looked at it a little bit. I didn't.
No,
I looked at it. Didn't look at it at all.
No, I saw it came out, but I didn't look.
Yeah, I thought the list was there's some questionable stuff there.
Yeah, and that's why I don't look. Like every year when it comes out or whenever, like I'm never satisfied when I look at it. It's never just like, oh, I agree with that. It's just like they might got like a few places like, okay, I see that, okay, but it's never just like, oh wow, I feel like this. Even if I don't agree with it, right? Like I could be like, okay, this is arguable. Like, yeah, okay, I guess is what I usually feel.
I think what I got from this, and this is the funny thing, right? So a lot of rappers reacted to this. And Ice Cube said he didn't fuck with it. He's on the list. A lot of people didn't fuck with the list. But what got me was Fat Joe was mad because he's not on the list. Fat Joe's not on the list.
Fat Joe's not on the list?
Top 50 rappers, Fat Joe's not on the list. But Big Pun is, but Fat Joe isn't.
Big Pun is?
Yeah, but Fat Joe's not. Make that make sense.
I can't.
Big L, he was mad that Big L wasn't on it too. Which I could see why they would leave him off, because he died before he got to where he was. Because he's really, if you base it off bars alone, there ain't no way he's not top 20. Of bars. Just bars. You know what I'm saying? And one would say top 10 if it's just bars. But also, another guy that wasn't on the list that got a little mad, Ja Rule. He didn't make top 50.
Well, I got nothing to say for Ja Rule.
I agree with him. If
you think Ja Rule should be top 50?
Off of success and hits.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Success and hit. Ja Rule had one of the greatest runs. The only reason
have a great run.
The only reason why is because there was another nigga on this list that ended it. That's why people don't want to give him his respect. But if it's a success, hits, not necessarily bars, he's okay. You know what I mean? He's not like a lyrical wordsmith. But success and hits, yeah, it has to be top 50. Ain't no way. No way. But there were people that weren't, I think hip-hop didn't really like this list, but I thought it was I thought the top 5, top 10 was cool. There's a guy on here that didn't make the top 10 that we'll discuss, even though he's a controversial figure in Kanye West. They left him out of the 50 at 11. There was some things in there that I think I looked at it, and there was some things.
They left him out. completely, or you said they left, or they put him where?
They put him at 11.
Oh, at 11.
Finally at 11. They put LL at 15, at 14 or 13. They put Andre at 16. Yeah, they put a lot of, and they put Scarface in the list somewhere there, which was they put Pusha T at 29, which a lot of people were like, that's high, but off these two albums, I get why they put him at 29. But yeah, there was a lot of they put Jadakiss at 46. I remember when I first saw this, they put Jadakiss at 46. And I was tight. This off seeing that, I was like, I'm not gonna like this list. They put Rick Ross at 50. Yeah, they
Rick Ross at 50?
Yeah, number 50. And they didn't put Jeezy on the list. They didn't put my man G. Gucci was on that. How the fuck?
Oh wow, they want.
How the fuck you put Gucci on?
They want to fight.
Put Jeezy on it, and to me, they didn't put Ludacris where he should have been. And he's on the list, and they ranked T.I. T.I. was on the list at an appropriate place. But yeah, I didn't like that. No, I think what pissed me off again was that they put Gucci higher than Ludacris. That pissed me off. So I really think people forget Ludacris. But I get why they did it. I get why they put Gucci higher than Luda. But I really think people are sleeping on Ludacris. I really do. I think, I remember.
It's because like people don't respect the people don't. I feel like people don't really respect his run in
they don't.
His run when he was out and popping and stuff.
I remember.
It's just like it's Luda, but it's just like he's a great rapper that you don't never hear nobody say that's my favorite rapper type guy.
They kind of give him sort of like the Rick Ross treatment. Hear this. Yeah. I looked at T.I. It was a lot of rappers. It was T.I. and even media people, right? They're doing like a Atlanta Mount Rushmore. Almost all of the niggas, they don't put Ludacris in there. And I'm like, are y'all fucking crazy?
It's weird.
He's supposed to. Listen, this is my Atlanta Rushmore. Outkast, everybody has to put Outkast on there. T.I.
Wait, that's two people though.
But you have to put it. Outkast is just like they have to put one face here, one face like that. You have to like. No, you have to. It's like
you have to fuse them.
Yeah, put fuse them. Like Gotenks, fuse them. Outkast, Ludacris, T.I., and then Jeezy, Gucci. That should be your Mount Rushmore of Atlanta rappers. I know people are gonna say, well, Future and Thug and them, but that's a different. To me, that's the ones you should go with. But Ludacris don't get his props, man. I don't get it, man. Shoot, 2 Chainz, man. I'll get 2 fucking. You gotta get 2 Chainz too, but I think he's on the list somewhere. I forgot where they placed him, but yeah. But this list was quite funny. Let me go through before we give our top 10. I'm gonna go through Billboard's top 10. So Billboard had Nicki Minaj at 10, Snoop Dogg at 9, Drake at 8, Lil Wayne at 7, Biggie at 6, Eminem at 5, Tupac at 4, Nas at 3, K-Dot at 2, and Jay-Z at 1. Top 10 is the top 10. I like their 5 and 6. I think the top 10 is not that bad. My only gripe
that's not bad.
My only gripe is Nicki, but I get why. My only gripe is Nicki.
No, I mean before her run, and even now, like she still has like a huge fan base. Like if we're talking about by pure success, she's like extremely successful.
She's the most successful female rapper of all time. Not even close.
Yeah, and she's not even like doing her, in my opinion, like her best like rap work of her career anymore. Like back when she first came on and she was like hungry, boy, she was killing it.
She is like
everybody always goes back to that Monster Verse, but that Monster Verse was wild. That was an insane verse. That was one of the best verses out there. Probably still one of the best verses as far as I'm concerned.
That's one of the greatest verses of all time. For anything. And this is coming from a guy that like says Lauryn Hill is the king of lyricism and with the females. When it comes to mainstream hip hop, this mainstream hip hop, there is no better lyricist, female lyricist than Nicki.
When she wants to.
When she wants to, there's no better lyricist. She's not the best. I think she's a top, arguably. She's arguably a top 5 female lyricist. Oh no, she is top 5.
No, honestly, she could be number 1, but I think like what she figured was, you know, like.
Are we just talking bars?
Listen. Let me finish. I said she could be. I didn't say she was.
Okay.
Because like when you see like what she's truly capable of, like on ones such as Monster and like other ones that she snapped on, like did you ever hear the Itty Bitty Piggy?
Yeah.
Like you know, like just you knew the potential. We all understood what we were waiting for, but then she understood that she didn't need that. She didn't need to try hard to get all that, and in fact, she probably makes more money now than she did back then when she was actually putting out all those hard bars and stuff like that, because it's just like people don't really care so much for her lyrics as they do for like her looks and stuff, or like what sexual innuendos may be in her songs or whatever.
Yeah, I think yeah, I mean, as far as she could her Monster verse, Moment for Life, the song with Drake, that verse was ridiculous. She has a lot of good verses. I think with her, once, and it was after, even with the first album, when you can hit that pop lane and make that pop money, I think that's where she went. And that's what, for me, I don't resonate with some of her hits. And it got to a point where, like, especially the third album, the Pink Print, which I thought should have been a way better album, just off the title. That Anaconda song is trash. Trash. I don't even like the original song. The Big Butts, and I hate that song. So when she redid that shit and called it Anaconda,
and I was a kid, I love that song though.
Man, because we were little kids, man. We didn't know. Listen, you know who really likes that song, that Big Butt song?
Who?
White people.
Oh yeah.
As a kid, we liked it. And when you grow up, man, some songs just don't age well. Like, that song's so horrible. Sorry, DJ Mix a lot. You know, you got a record.
Mix a lot, yeah.
You made a lot of money, but I don't like that song, and I don't like my Anaconda. I hate that song.
Turn around, stick it out. Even white boys got to scream and shout.
Hey, Chris, don't do that. Don't. I hate that song. but I mean, listen, man. She even though I don't like some of the hits she has, it's like the success, you know. And as far as a lyricist, I think you are right. She could have been, but she saw saying.
And again, for everybody out there, could have been is not. Could have been.
Yeah, Rhapsody and Lauryn Hill would have like and Remy Ma, because yes, Remy Ma's a better lyricist than Nicki. She bodied Nicki.
I don't even think that's a debate. Yeah. I think their debate was, or their was it her and Nicki Minaj that was going at each other for a little bit there?
Yeah. She did.
I think their stuff was over something else.
I don't know what it was over. I just remember one day we were in the quad, and me, I'm a hip hop head. I don't know who sent me the record. I got the record. It was Sheetha. I listened to it.
Didn't I send you that?
Huh?
Didn't I send you that?
It was either you.
Did you send me that?
I sent you that. I think my cousin sent me it. Somebody sent me the record, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Yo, Chris, here it is." And then I played it for Avery. I played it for everybody. That was the music plug back then. I was the one that broke. What's that? What's the record? The Kendrick record. What's the Kendrick record? Humble. I'm the one that broke that record. I put it in the Snapchat. I broke that record. Hey man, I'm that guy. Should have been a DJ. But
got the equipment.
Yeah. Just have to put in the work. But yeah, you're right with Nicki. I think she's deserving to be top 10, arguably, just off of success alone and, you know, what she's done. But yeah, that's Billboard's top 10. We're gonna give you our top 10. Chris, you got one? I want you to start. Now I'll go last.
All right. Well, for number 10, I got Nas.
Nas at 10?
Nas
Oh,
at 10.
you know, it's going to be an interesting ass list.
Nas at 10, bro.
Yeah, okay.
No, my justification for that is just, again, I remember I think I told you, but like mine was like more so off of success. And like I don't think, at least for a lot of these other names on my list here, he couldn't be rated as successful because like the vast majority of his stuff for a long time, and even now, it's played on the radio now. Cause I mean, like you got like Sirius XM and stuff, right? But like, just like growing up, you're not gonna hear like Nas on the radio or anything. Maybe if you live out in New York way or whatever, but like you might hear, but on like a local radio station, but you weren't gonna hear like a Nas record on the radio typically, because it's not like not PC culture, you know.
I'm not mad at that. If you just base it off purely success, I'm not mad.
Yeah, that's why I made my list off of.
Because not to cut you off, but the list that I did was based on kind of not necessarily the Billboard one, but I went off cultural impact, success, albums, bars, and hits, and I try to look at it from like a balanced. I balanced all of that out to see like, okay, if you have more cultural impact, but then okay, your success mainstream wise, but your cultural impact is bigger than that, and then you have more classic albums and your hits don't. You know, I based it off of a multitude of things.
Oh, man, I was tired after work. I was just like, I saw the way you had listed it out too, but I just chose like one thing. And I always felt like my typical look at it, like if I was doing this list the way I truly wanted to, Nas would not be at number 10, right? Nas would definitely be higher on this list. But
well, I'm not like trying to dispute that. If you're going off success, I'm not even mad at that too.
Yeah, no, and I honestly, I felt like as I was talking about Nicki Minaj there, I was like, maybe I could put her at my number 10 too. Maybe y'all out there in YouTube land, maybe make or podcast land, make a note, just be like Nas dash Nicki Minaj for my number 10 spot. Because also, like I was just making the argument for Nicki Minaj being like still like very successful, even though she's not necessarily like making her at least in my opinion, not her best work right now. And to be fair, maybe I can't really say that either because it's not like I'm out here, like fiending or listening to like all that Nicki Minaj. But whenever I do like come across something, or every so often if I'm like on Apple Music or on YouTube and I see like Nicki Minaj or I see her on a feature and like I get interested, I might type in like the search bar. I listen to like maybe something of her new stuff. I don't typically feel very impressed by it though, at least for her new stuff.
Okay, so is that all? Is she on your list?
I mean, I guess you could say she's also like an honorary number 10. She's not written here.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I can see what Nicki.
Like again, it's like success, at least for my. Okay. Because like anytime you have a group and you can name them, it's she got the barbs out here. That's pretty successful. Pretty successful.
All right, man. You can continue with the list. I want to, hear what 9, 8, 7, 8. I want to hear this list.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want me to go all the way through?
Yeah, go all the way through.
Okay. I got Snoop for number 9.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg is actually, I almost didn't even put him on here because, like, I felt because like the way I was trying to do this was more like we were talking about this off camera, but or off mic, but more so like hip hop based, right?
Yeah, rap.
So I didn't want because like we were saying because if we're talking about pure success, then you could definitely put like LL Cool J on here without any words because like he's in all these different was it NCIS or whatever those shows are? He's doing and these game shows and stuff. So he's all out here now. So he's doing really well for himself.
Okay.
But Snoop Dogg is just a one of those constants that's just like does Snoop make music anymore? And then it's just like you see him on like some type of random feature or like somebody's like they still play like Doggy Style is still like in a lot of people's rotation because it's a timeless classic, of course.
Yeah. Snoop, put Doggy Style back on the DSPs, please. Like to listen to Doggy Style, I have to go on YouTube now. And I hate doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back. I got the vinyl, but please put it back on DSPs because I need to listen to that album. But okay, that's a good 9. That's a good okay.
Number 8 is Biggie. And to be honest, I almost didn't put him surprise. My number 7 is Tupac.
Okay.
I almost didn't put neither one of them on there because like I kind of like truthfully like they're successful, right? But it's like after the fact. And so like they were never really like there to submit their careers. So in my mind, I don't know whether you could really call that success or if it's just kind of like hype over, like their passing. Because like don't get me wrong, they're both like talented in their own right per se, and like they were big while they were alive, and I'm sure they would like achieve bigger things clearly by the trajectory of their careers as they were going, but. Like it's just like shoulda, woulda, coulda. What could have happened? What did happen? Didn't happen. So it's but from just like their influence, they're still referenced in a lot of music. Like one thing I catch myself all saying all the time: Gucci down to my socks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gucci down to my dark and ugly as ever. However, that lyric, dark and ugly. However, I keep my
So I'm saying like Gucci, but like their cultural influence and like I'm sure like the royalties, like whoever gets the royalties for their music is probably going crazy. Probably gets like crazy drawback because all the references to their music that's still in today's world.
I get where you're coming from the success part. I think I would agree more of that on Biggie a little bit more than Pac.
Yeah, no, I mean like my 7 and 8 is kind of like interchangeable, honestly.
Okay, because I feel like with Pac, he was able to live to see like his album a lot, like his biggest album. He saw it sell 5 million records.
Yeah,
Biggie. His first album did well, like it sold well, and his singles I think his singles really did well, like Who Shot You and One More Chance remix and Big Papa, they did well. But the big album, like the album that was about to drop before he died, it sold 10 million
right
after he had died. So I get that point. I get that he saw the success of hip hop, but he didn't get to see the big success he had. Like Pac saw his big success.
Right, and there's no guarantee that he sells that 10 million if he was living, right? Cause like like when you die, that's when everybody wants to give you your flowers. That's when everybody hears about it. Just like I just heard Biggie died, man. I'm gonna go buy his album so I can hear.
I ain't gonna hold you. I know
who he is.
I ain't gonna hold you, Chris. I don't know if he would have did 10 the way I don't think he would have sold 10 as fast as he did.
And that's what I'm saying.
He was scorching when right before he died. He was scorching. He was scorching hot. But I see your point.
Cause it's same with Nipsey, right? Because I didn't really hear that many people talking about Nipsey. I mean, like he was getting like right when he died, he was getting hotter, but like he didn't necessarily feel like he was a mainstream rapper to me. But like when he died, it felt like everybody was aware of who Nipsey Hussle was. His album just came out at that time.
I think the argument with Biggie is that you could argue that with Big, before he passed, he was like the number 1 or 2 rapper. Nip, he was more of a niche. You have to find Nip. You have to find Nip. But I get to a point with the success part, so I'm not gonna. I've had this argument with Sion, but yours is more. But y'all was basically saying the same thing. Bro.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, tied with Tupac at my number 7 is also Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. Oh, okay.
And it's mostly just because, like, just like that NWA period, where he kind of goes on his own and he kind of like proves himself to be like a individual, and then he also kind of continues that for a good while anyway. But then he kind of like at least in my mind, like I wasn't really sure if I was going to put him on here, which is why why I did like the slash, because like is he more successful as a actor or as a rapper? Because like I feel like his rapping success now, like his music now, is more successful because people are aware of him as a actor.
Okay, yeah, Ice Cube's a good one. I think Ice Cube's a great one because Ice Cube is he's the one that like he really put NWA. He was the he was NWA. He was writing
Yeah.
all of Eazy-E's raps. I know he was helping write, if not Dr. Dre's raps. He was the guy on NWA, and then he went solo, did his thing solo, gave us one of the greatest songs, and Today Was a Good Day. So he's a good pick at 7. I don't have a problem with him top 10. I think he's underrated because he's very underrated. I think because of the way his movie career went,
Mm-hmm.
people it's kind of to the not necessarily the Will Smith effect, because I think Will Smith gets zero respect in hip hop.
Yeah, no.
But it's kind of like the Will Smith effect where like people know you so much. He crossed over so much into movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people kind of know him for.
And it's like children's movies too. Like he's still Ice Cube in those movies. Like he's a tough dude and stuff. But it's just like he's a dad though.
Are we there? Are we there yet? And Are We Done Yet? Those are 2 great movies, by the way. Shout out Neil.
And then that teacher one too. I forget what that one was.
That was one of the most.
That was a dumb movie too. But it's another thing. And 21 Jump Street is another one. It kind of like just see like the list goes on. Like, people know him for these movies, but they're not.
What did he say to him? What did the homie say? What did Channing Tatum say to him? Fuck the captain's daughter. Fuck the captain's daughter. Sorry, this is stuck in my head. Sorry. Oh my god. And then he put the gun in front of him and was like, "Oh well, yeah. Let me stop."
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 21 just.
But yeah,
no.
that one Ice Cube for me, like what you were saying, like made sense too, and it I guess it added more solidity to my argument there for putting him there. But I wasn't really sure because like at least to me, like when people actually like understood like when NWA came out, right?
Yeah.
People actually understood like he wasn't just a rapper, like he was a rapper. He was a hardcore rapper.
No, he was.
So people, really started like, deep diving and listen to his music.
Okay. Okay. I like this is an interesting list. It's the list.
Again, like it's success. I don't know if Ice Cube would be on my top 10 if it was, like for all what you was he was listening out. Right. I like Ice Cube though, but I don't know if he'd be in my top 10. Next is Dr. Dre.
At 6?
At 6.
Okay.
Okay. 6. I feel like there's not much explanation needed for Dr. Dre.
No.
Just
my only thing with Dr. Dre, I look at him more of as a producer than a rapper.
But, yeah, but the reason I put him on this because like he's a producer for like rappers or for the rap game, and so I almost like a consultant.
Yeah, but he does his. The thing with success is like he has 2 of like the greatest hip hop albums ever.
Yeah,
and he's produced a lot of the greatest hip hop albums ever.
Yeah.
So success.
And not to mention he's like he's basically like the producer for like the 90s basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least for like the
West Coast.
Main, I guess mainstream. At least it feels mainstream to us now, not back then, but to us now. For me, when I think 90s, I think like if I'm listening to like 90s hip hop, it's probably like a lot of the time Dre was involved.
Back then, back then for the West, it was Dre. I'm just saying. Back then for mainstream hip hop, it was 2 people that were the top dudes. It was Dre and Puffy.
Well, yeah.
And Puffy wasn't like the producer, but he was, the guy that was making things move. So
Yeah. But that's also why Puffy not on this list. Well, that and other reasons why Puffy not on this list. But
Puffy would make like a hip hop figures. If it's just figures, he's definitely a top 5 hip hop figure.
Yeah. But that's just like for like franchise wise, right? Because it's not necessarily individual effort.
I would say for me, Puffy, as far as hip hop figure, as far as influence and what he was a part of. He was a part of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, 112, Mace. And then, he branched off, did a bunch of businesses. Yeah, come on, man. And then he produced for a lot of other people too.
Yeah.
So, Puff, he's that dude. But 6 Dre, okay. Let me see your top 5.
5 is Kanye. I almost didn't put him on here because the controversy of Kanye, but we just for the list, like Kanye, like extremely successful character. Honestly, he could have been moved up to maybe. Well, no, I don't. It's hard. It's hard. 4 and 5 are kind of interchangeable. But for right now, I'm gonna leave him at 5. I'm gonna leave him at 5. Right. Kanye, even though he through all the controversy and stuff, he is huh?
Oh no, you continue. But you said 4 and 5. I'm interested. Who's your 4? And okay, just continue.
But through all the controversy and stuff with Kanye, for what it's worth, he is a brilliant businessman when it comes to like selling his records. And I can't ever really see like a Kanye record not doing crazy numbers or whatever.
Yeah,
regardless of whatever controversy he's in.
Kanye, I'll speak on Kanye when I say my list, but Kanye, although I don't condemn anything he's saying right now or what he's been tweaking about or talking about.
You mean condone?
I don't condone none of that. Those first 5 albums. That's all I'm gonna say. But okay, it's a 5. All right, okay. I wonder who your 4 is.
Number 4 is Drake.
I knew it because I was like 4 and 5 are interchangeable. Yeah.
Because also not really needs to be said, but honestly, Drake, if we're talking about pure success, he might actually be able to move up to my number 2.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with you. When you said this is gonna be based off success, I thought you were gonna pull a Shamar and put him at number 1.
I almost did. I think my original list I did, but then I was like,
because when you said Nas at 10, I was preparing for okay. You put Nas at 10 for success, and I get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he has to put Drake. I knew he was gonna put. I felt like he was gonna put Drake at 1, but Drake at 4. Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
No. But it's not. And honestly, I feel like I made a mistake. He should be over my number 3. He should be at least my number 3. Honestly, my number 3 is Eminem.
Success-wise, no, Eminem 3 is like, and Drake, like if it's Eminem at 3, I don't think if it's a success, Eminem and Drake, Eminem got to be just off of worldwide. You can argue with Eminem number 1.
Yeah.
So like, I ain't mad at that.
People love Eminem. People do love Eminem, but I maybe I looked at it from my standpoint of success.
Okay,
but I mean, like Eminem's never been my favorite rapper, and neither is Drake. But at the end of the day, like they are talented, and they do have music that I do like. And like you have to, I do recognize success, regardless of whether I like it or not. I understand like people who are like making a killing doing what they do, for better or for worse.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
You got listen, man. You got a good list. Good list. Okay. So yeah, three. Okay, who's your two and your one?
My two, my one, and I'm gonna last minute change because this number one was clearly biased. Um, but I'm gonna change my.
Hey,
It was,
let me
it was,
guess.
it
Let me
was, it
guess.
was. I'm not gonna lie, it was.
Let me
Huh?
guess. It's the guy right next to Snoop, and J. Cole's right under him, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's your
Yeah,
number two, right?
yeah. That's my new number two. That's my new number
Okay,
two.
okay, and then let me guess your number one. The number one's right next to Biggie, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. All right, that's not a bad list. You want to explain the two and the one, or you just?
Well, it's not much. It's not much need to explain for either one of them. But I feel like Kendrick's more needed, more so because I mean, like I did put him over quite a few people who I guess in some sense could be like
More successful.
if we're talking about yearly wise, like more successful. But whenever Kendrick puts out a project, it seems like the world stops, right? So like even like to the end of this past year, people were still talking about how great Kendrick's album was or how heavy it was, you know,
Yeah.
how how it like it's still like they still trying to like digest it because it's so
And
much, and it's like for me like I'm just looking like how public reacts to it, how it affects the
how it
culture,
affects you.
how how it affects everything around it in the media and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
So like Kendrick is extremely successful. Not to be honest, like in today's world, he might you. I feel like you could put him at number one still, for at least on a successful list. Because even internationally, I'm sure it's somewhat similar.
Okay.
And then of course, you know, Jay-Z,
Okay.
Jay-Z, Jay-Z.
Jay Z's done so much. You can
Yeah.
go on and on with Jay Z, but I was surprised. No Wayne, no J Cole.
Wayne was on my original list, and so was J. Cole. But then I felt like it was biased. And right, because honestly, I wanted to put Lil Wayne at number 7 or number 6,
Mm-hmm.
but I tried to do my best to like honestly because I felt like Wayne could have been there, but it didn't feel like he should be on a success list. If we're talking about top 10 successful, like don't get me wrong, like his run was phenomenal. His run was probably one of the greatest runs out there for in the hip hop game. You can't question that.
No.
But in terms of success, in terms of business, in terms of like all these different numbers and stuff, like for affecting the culture, yes, but for actually making his own revenue, we found out that you know a lot of that was going to Birdman.
Birdman.
So I like for success, I couldn't really do that.
Ooh, yeah, you kind of, ooh, now you kind of make me reevaluate my list because that's a big one. What you just said right there. But then I have to attribute his success to Cash Money, although he wasn't getting that. That okay, that's a good point. That's a good point you put out. But yeah, I think your top 10 is good. It's not that bad. Like if we like, because even success, right? Any of like before I get into mine, any of us could have put 50 Cent on there.
I almost did, but it didn't feel right because like I feel like he's more successful now than he was as a rapper.
Yeah, but yo, 50. I'm gonna be real with you, like, and this is to get to the point where like Ja Rule said he's a little bit mad that he's not top 50. 50 was so big, he turned the lights off of a label that was selling like Murder Inc. was doing like 100 million international. They were killing it. He turned their lights off and he made the world hate them niggas. And in the end, he sold 10 million records off his first album.
Mm-hmm.
Second album did 1.5 in the first week.
Yeah, something like
Second
that.
album, Massacre. 50 was crazy when he first came out. But like 50 could have made my list. If it's a success, I may have put 50 on. If it's a success for rappers, if I'm just basing off success and what they've done, 50 might make that off just pure success. Because what he did No rapper I think in history has a better year in hip hop than 50 Cent in 2003.
He was also when I was thinking about Heavy too, but I was also thinking the stretch of his run. It did, at least in my mind, because I didn't look it up, but it didn't feel like it was that long.
Okay, his run. Okay, I think his run, and this is the problem with 50. His run was so powerful, but I felt like it got old
Yeah,
quick.
because we still sing the same songs from 2003 and 2010.
Yeah, and it got old, and not even too like. I'm just be real with you though. 50 records that y'all love is from 2003 all the way to maybe 2007.
Yeah,
And it got old because he just kept pushing this gangster tough guy shit. He didn't really grow. He just stayed in that lane. And it's like, that's why Kanye beat him. Kanye, when they were doing the albums shit, Kanye beat him. And, Kanye. But 50, I just have to mention the 50 thing because if it's a success, man, 50 was a problem back then. DMX too. That's another one. Ooh, DMX, man. Rest in peace to DMX. I love DMX. But I'll go into my top 10. So now number 10, I was really debating with because I was telling you about LL Cool J and how I felt like he should be top 10, but it was hard to leave him off. So he's an honorable mention. Obviously, Nicki could be, Lauryn Hill could be. There's a lot of people that could be honorable mentions. But number 10 is Snoop. I put Snoop at 10 because I feel like his popularity, if you're just talking about most popular rapper, I think he's the most popular rapper.
Easily, yeah.
I think he has the hits. Now, his albums, they were good. They were, Doggy Style's his best album. Every album after that was cool. But then it was the hits that kept him. And I feel like Snoop, to me, he's like a cultural icon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't deny Snoop. So Snoop, he has to make my top 10. 9, I put Drake.
Drake?
I put Drake at 9. Now, Drake, he's the guy that could like really, honestly, he could leapfrog these dudes off of the criteria, off of basically his popularity and success and hits. But I feel like his cultural impact, that has to grow on me. That's the only thing that I feel has to grow.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like people want to look like Drake or act like Drake or be like Drake. A lot of these other rappers.
I've never, not a lot of people out here, trying to dress like OVO gang.
Yeah, so like I feel like his cultural impact, although it's still there with his music, I don't think it's there as him as a figure. So like he still has to make this. And he can honestly go, he can rival Jay-Z for one if he keeps on going with the success because his hits is crazy.
He got a thumb on the he got his thumb on like the pulse of like trend in America.
The only thing that knocks Drake is the albums aren't that great.
No.
The cultural impact. But Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. And then if you're reading this, it's too late. Are probably his 3 best projects. So I'll give him props for those projects. But how he bodied Meek is the shit that I respect the most. But Meek still tried to do, he's still doing his thing. But Drake at 9, 8. I got Lil Wayne. I feel, man, his cultural impact is crazy. That alone, like he inspired a whole generation of rappers from Thug, Future, Uzi, all the Playboy Cardi, all these dudes that are rapping the way they're rapping. They're the fruit of like he's the
in a generation of kids sagging pants.
Man, we're all doing that. But Wayne,
like rappers been sagging pants before Wayne, but it didn't feel like it was cool until like you seen like all Wayne's videos, he sagging his pants. You gotta sag them too.
Wayne sagged his pants too fucking. Now that as a grown adult, I'll be like, Wayne, you sag your pants way too fucking low. But
yeah.
But Wayne also, I put him on here because at the time around 04 to like 2012, I feel like that run was crazy. His mixtape run is ridiculous. The drop 3, No Ceilings, Dedication 2. And just, like his hits, his features, he did a lot, man, in a period. And he kind of he was like the guy that like after Jay-Z retired, he took the crown of the best rapper and he ran with it, And then I think he just gave it to Drake as far as the success part. But Wayne is definitely like a guy that you have to put like man, I remember days when I would just go on LimeWire and just download random Wayne tracks and put them on my MP3. Like Wayne had that type of impact on our generation. So Wayne has to definitely be that.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely has a heavy influence on us for sure.
But Wayne is at 8, 7 Biggie. Now Biggie's the one that, like you said, you could debate, but Biggie's cultural impact, he just said some of the bars. He said some of the craziest bars, even some cringy. I'm not gonna go into the cringy bars. But Biggie said some wild shit. But Biggie has a lot of quotables. Biggie's cultural impact is written. Everybody, I wanna wear that coochie sweater right there. I wanna wear that shit.
It's clean.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, fashion and the way he pushed, and like he's the first rapper that like he wasn't appealing. Like if you look at him on a physical appearance, he wasn't that, but he made himself into like a character. Like if you take off the Gucci sweater, you take off the glasses, he's just a fat black dark skinned dude that's ugly with a messed up eye. You know what I mean? But I think Big Puff was able to like make him look like a character and make him look like bigger than life. And whenever he rapped, his rapping, he's one of the greatest lyricists ever. Like if we just talking lyrics and rhyming, he's like one of the best ever. So, and then like his albums, like Ready to Die and Life After Death, those are two of the greatest albums ever. And then his hits that he was putting out at that short period of time are timeless. Like Biggie has timeless hits. Like Hypnotize, play that today. That's just timeless. That's just a timeless record. So I think Biggie's definitely up there with me. I put him at 7 because I felt like you, well, not as much as you, but I felt like he got so big quick. And when he was at his peak, about to get to that next level of big, he died.
Exactly, yeah.
So like, to the lesser degree, I feel like Tupac saw how big he got. Biggie never saw how big he could get. You know what I mean? So that's fair. So he's a what if in that sense, even though he was he was huge before he passed, he's still like a what if, because he only put in 2 albums. 2. And you'll live to see 1. That's why Biggie's a little bit lower than Pac on my list. But 6, I gotta go Kanye. Yeah, Kanye could honestly be higher on this list if he wasn't tweaking, because he the last decade, I'm disappointed in him in the last decade. Because
a lot of these last 4 albums or so, whatever, like they just were not that great.
Yeah.
At all, really. I feel like I could live my whole life without hearing them.
My bad. I feel like if he focused that last decade, because in the 2000s, bro, that's why he's on this damn list, because of the shit he did in the 2000s. Because those first 5 albums, timeless classics. College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation. Then he did the 808s, which was different, but then like out of all those, you could argue that's the most influential, because look at what artists are doing now. They're singing rappy and all that. And then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, we don't even have to discuss that. That's like modern day, like an art piece. It's different. It's different. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy has a collection of songs and art. I don't think you'll ever get an album. The only dude that can make an album like that is the dude next to Big Boy. That's the only dude that can make an album that phenomenal and artsy, and like you're like, what? And he kind of did with the Love Below, but that's a whole nother discussion. But I think Kanye, from his production, from his success, from the hits, from the albums, like dude has 5 classic albums, and he's just good. Like, and even as a rapper, even though he didn't write his raps, his confidence in his rapping, his ability to like make you believe him or make you believe what he's saying, and like the cultural impact on fashion, on the Yeezys and all of that, yeah, he has to be top 10, and he's 6 for me. And he could be higher if the music wasn't as bad as it is now.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like he's at 6. And then 5, I put M. I think Eminem has, if it's just off success, like you said, he has to be on the list. I put Eminem on here because I feel like on a global scale, everybody, like, he's sold so many records. He's achieved so much. I think if it's just records sold, the guy, bars wise, you can argue him number 1 as a lyricist. Cultural impact, now that's where we get cultural impact in like hit records compared to other people hit records. That's where you could like debate, but I feel like he has enough in his arsenal to be in this conversation.
Yeah.
But the cultural impact is where, like, you know, I part ways with him a bit because I feel like his cultural impact is only on bars. That's it. People don't really relate to Eminem.
Yeah, you know, like I see it on what's it, Instagram all the time. It'd be like I'm not going home to go listen to that new Eminem album. I'm going home to go home. I don't listen to Eminem. I don't be listening to Eminem in my car by myself.
To be fair, the only guys like he's really influenced are guys like he's influenced Kendrick in the way Kendrick has some flows. He's influenced like J. Cole's and like certain flows and rhyme patterns. I can see that in Kendrick and J. Cole. Logic, obviously.
Yeah.
Anna Lucas, Hopsin, that guy called Hopsin, whatever his name. But look at the names I just said. Tyler, the Creator. Look at the names I'm saying. These are very alternative guys. Logic is not your typical, you know, Jonah Lucas ain't your typical, you know what I mean? So he has influence, but I feel like it's very niche and strictly about lyrics and bars. You know, so that's why he's at my 5th spot. But M, to me, you can argue him the greatest lyricist ever. I don't. The only person I would argue over him is Nas, Big Pun, and Biggie, and you know a couple others. But don't have a problem with that. But 4, Tupac. Tupac has to be at 4. Tupac is 4. I think he could arguably. I had a hard time. 3 and 4 was so hard for me to. The last 3 and 4 I was debating too hard. But I put Pac at 4 because I feel his cultural impact is so probably bigger than any rap artist ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Like Tupac is known in every country. Rappers on every. It got to a point in hip hop. I got tired of rappers saying, "I'm trying to be like Pop. I'm trying to be like." I got tired. I got like, why is every rapper trying to say that they want to be Tupac? I got tired of that shit. But that was his impact because there was.
I don't even think they know what they're saying when they say that either.
But I think a lot of people were saying that because like there was a lot of rawness and realness that came from him. He spoke whenever he spoke or like he was rapping, he was saying something real. And he has the hits, he has the cultural impact, he has the success. I mean, like you said, a lot of it was after he died. But I do think he saw like his big success, which was his last album before he died, which was All Eyes on Me. So that's where I'm like, I have to give him that. But as a lyricist, that's where people will probably dispute him. But I feel like he's not a complicated lyricist. He's a lyricist that just says how he feels.
And it doesn't have to be complicated to be good, right?
Yeah. So Tupac is definitely has to be up there for me. Personally, as a hip hop like figure and not hip hop personality, he's my favorite hip hop personality. He's just raw with how he feels and what he says.
Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people today get hooked up into like all the double entendres and wordplays and metaphors that you get with the Kendrick Lamar's or the J. Cole's or even the Jay-Z's, right? Like, because you'll be like over here and you're like, oh, you meant this, but it also meant this, and they're referring to this, just like you don't have to do that with Biggie. I mean, like it was lyrical,
Pac,
it was good, huh?
No, you mean with Pac? You don't have to do that with Pac.
Right. Sorry.
You good?
It was lyrical. It was good. Like you don't have to like decipher it. He's telling you what it is.
Tell me what it is. Yeah, and that's for me. That's why I put him high up there because a lot of people on this list, even with Biggie, that's why I always have Pac over Biggie in a sense because although Biggie was more lyrical, Pac said more meaningful things in his lyrics that you could take back from, and he said more cultural important things that people still hold to their heart today. So that's why Pac, has to be top for me. And I was debating with him on the number 3. So 3 is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar, I don't have to say much. He's another guy like Drake. We're still watching. We're still seeing what he's doing. He could catch one. Him and Drake are the only 2 dudes. And low key J. Cole, because I don't want to upset J. Cole fans. Gonna be like, well, how the heck you gonna say, well, Drake and Kendrick could go for number 1, but you don't mention our precious J. Cole? Well, yeah, I'm gonna say his name. He's just not in my top 10 of objectively looking at success. J. Cole ain't in there. Of looking at rappers, I don't think he's top 10. You can argue him, but these guys I mentioned, so J. Cole fans, don't have your panties all in a bunch, okay? It's just a disclaimer. But Kendrick, man, cultural impact, like you said, when he drops, everybody feels it. Everybody reacts. Everybody has something to say. From Good Kid, Mad City to Pimp a Butterfly to Damn to his recent album. Know what I mean? Like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers won a Grammy the other day. Like he is that guy. On a success level, Damn, I remember when Damn came out, that was a moment. I think Damn is his most successful album. Good Kid, Mad City was successful. All his albums were successful sales-wise. Not crazy like Drake or even J. Cole. Well, J. Cole didn't really sell. Well, he sells well too.
And it's more because like it was a lot of people didn't really like go for like the lyrical stuff. But then when Damn came out, they're just like, oh, lyrical and the beat goes crazy.
Yep. I think that album did crazy because Humble was his first number 1, and his hits, he has a lot of good hits that could rival anybody. You know what I mean? So he definitely got the hits. He got the cultural impact, the success, and bars. Let's not even have that discussion. When it comes to bars, Kendrick Lamar is Chris, it's not even a discussion. But Kendrick at 3. 2, I put Nas. Nas is my personal favorite rapper, so people may see this as biased. But I have to put Nas at 2 because I feel like cultural impact, Illmatic, like come on, man. That's like hip hop. Anytime you mention hip hop in that album, as far as hip hop heads, everybody knows that's a classic. Everybody knows like that's arguably the greatest hip hop album ever. And then Nas's cultural impact, his dressing, his way of style, his way of rapping. Like he's the first rapper to have like multiple producers on an album. And then a lot of people copied that and did that. He showed you the blueprint of like modern day lyricism. Like Rakim was the first, and then he kind of showed you how to take it to the next level. You know what I mean? So Nas definitely has to be up there. Now, the only thing, you could look at his hits and success, and it's not as big as some of these guys on this list, but his cultural impact, and if you're looking at hip hop, like anyone that knows hip hop and his lyricism, who don't mention, like Nas is one of those dudes, hip hop, like he's so hip hop that the new generation, when you mention like the hip hop heads, they're the first people that they hate on is him. Like, yeah, man, when nobody listens to Nas no more, he's that type of hip hop. He's so hip hop, when he tries to do mainstream shit, he gets hate. He's the only nigga that I know that like we wrap him up to be the representation of hip hop. We don't even want him to do mainstream stuff because we'll be like, Nas, you're not supposed to do that. That's why he came for J. Cole.
They'll reject you.
You know what I mean? And then like he has a great amount of hits, and he's as of right now, he's like this shit. The stuff he has with Hit Boy has been some of the best work in like 15 years. Like Nas is still going as one of the best. And that's why he's number 2. But number 1, Jay-Z, man.
Oh, of course.
Jay-Z.
So we had the same number 1.
Yeah, Jay-Z's done it all. Classic albums, countless hits, cultural impact, has it everywhere. Dude said change clothes, and people change clothes. People stopped wearing baggy stuff and started wearing, the people started wearing the throwback jerseys and started wearing the button-ups and the sweaters and stuff. Like come on, like Jay-Z's like everybody does what Jay-Z does. Like what Jay-Z says.
Yeah, like he's been a part of the culture and probably will be part of the culture for like probably till he dies, honestly, the way he moving.
Yeah, bars, albums, hits. And the thing with his hits is like, and I think this is why I put him over Nas. The success, he sold more. And then if you look at his hits compared to Nas's hits, the reason why overall you have to put him over Nas, even though I think Nas is a better rapper, his hits were not, although mainstream, he was still lyrical on them and he was still hip hop. And it wasn't like he was chasing like a specific sound or he was like going out of like pop. He was still hip hop, but it's like a jamming record. You know what I mean? It stayed right there, like a medium. It's like, it's a good beat, a great, like Timbaland. Like he work with Timbaland, he work with Pharrell, he work with Kanye, Just Blaze. He'll make a jamming beat, and then you still have the lyrics to like make it, So that's why Jay-Z's like number 1. It's like you can't like, and then he made so much money in this game. Like he put money into hip hop. He saved rappers. He paid Lil Wayne's taxes. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? He's put. If you look at his mouth, and this is the thing that caps it off. They did like his partner, right? Because he came into hip hop with 2 partners, Dame Dash and Biggs Burke. It had like a tree of the success of Rockefeller, how it started. So there are 3 heads. Down is Dipset. Down is State Property. Then Kanye. Then Rihanna. Under Kanye is Good Music. State Property and all them rappers. Dips. Tell me, who has a hip hop tree that long? Apart from Dr. Dre. Like he's put money in too many people's head. Like he's different, man. He's a different breed.
Just thinking about it right there as you kind of listen out like stuff. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, like
kind of scary how much power that one man has.
Yeah, Jay-Z. He's the one that got Lupe Fiasco signed.
Like Lupin the Third.
Yeah, he's the one that executive produced Lupe's first album. He's the one that signed J. Cole. Although he fronted on J. Cole when they first met, but that's a funny ass story. But he signed J. Cole, who's one of the biggest. Drake always gets a Jay-Z feature. Drake called him the greatest. Kendrick, when Jay-Z was inducted into the Writers Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he's the one that was like talking about how big and influential Jay-Z was to him. Like, I would love for it to be Nas, man, and Kevin gonna be mad at me. Shout out to my cousin Kevin. Jay-Z, man, it's just different. And he's my second favorite rapper, but Jay-Z's he the GOAT. I mean, I can't, you even had him at 1. I mean, he the GOAT because he married to Beyonce too. That's another thing. He married to Beyonce, man. Damn.
But that's not part of the hip hop game, though.
I know, but just coming where he come from, he bagged Beyonce, man. Shout out to Jay-Z, man. He the GOAT. Where he at? Where he at? Yeah, Jay right there. That's the GOAT. And standing right next to him is Nas, the number 2. But yeah, man. That was interesting going through that list.
I like our list though.
I like our list. Our list. You think my list was biased?
Yeah, but it's not bad. Like, yeah, I could see the bias, but your justifications for it made sense. Plus, you also had some non-biased ones on there too. Like, I know if it was a true bias list, Eminem wouldn't be on there probably, and neither would Drake.
Let me give you my personal top 10. I have it right here. I'll go through that really quick because of time. Let me give you my personal top 10. 10 is Snoop. 9 is DMX. I ain't mentioning no DMX. 8 is LL Cool J. 8 is Kanye West. 6, Andre 3000. 5, Kendrick. 4, Biggie. 3, Tupac. 2, Jay-Z. 1, Nas. That's my personal. See,
I can more or less guess about half that list.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my personal top 10. So, and for you guys to say I hate Drake, you know why I put Drake in my personal top 10? I just want to piss it. Drake is number 23. So the fact I put him 9, I'm being nice, okay? Shamar, this is dedicated to you, Shamar. He's number 23 on my list, but I put him at 9 all time. So don't ever come on here and be like, oh man, you hate on Drake, man. You can't be objective to Drake. You have this agenda against Drake. You hate light skins, blah, 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 blah. I'll put him at 9, okay? Being objective. Because on my personal list, he's 23. We need to get Shamar back on here one of these days, man. So I want to ask him about Trae Young. You know what? The next episode, we have next month. I'm gonna get him on here so he could explain what Trae Young's doing right now, the fake king of New York. But that's for another day. Anything you want to get off, Chris? Because I just got off on a little rant. Anything you want to get?
Nah, I think that was about everything. I think I'm good, man.
All right, guys. So that's it for the I'm about to say the old plug. That is it for the official Kickback podcast. That's how you know we're not using the same go to. But that's it for that's it for us today on the official Kickback podcast. We love y'all, man. We're about to give you our handles. Well, I'm only on Facebook and Twitter, and my Twitter is Peter Kofi. I will tell you to follow my TikTok, but I don't do it for followers. I just go on TikTok to watch videos. So, Chris, you say yours, and then I'll say the official.
You can follow me at Big Chris _57 on Twitter, and Everybody Loves Chris on IG.
Yeah, and for the podcast at official Kickback Podcast, follow that on Instagram. We're also on Twitter. I think that's the same handle. And please engage with us. I'm on TikTok now as the Kickback Podcast 7. That's our name there. Follow us on our YouTube page. This will be up on the YouTube page at 3:15.
Yep, 3:15.
Yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe. Please show some love. And, let us know what you feel about what we talk about, man. You know what I mean? Trying to grow this year. We're trying to get to a new level. But love you. We love you. Because you said it better. Stay black, stay woke.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Kickback. We're available on all podcasting platforms, and we ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And do us a favor and hit that notification bell too. And please rate and review us on any platform available. And as always, we like you.
We in the kickback. 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 Yeah, we in the kickback.